This story begins on ordinary streets, not in palaces.
By the Song dynasty, Chinese cities had become densely populated.
Farmers and laborers arrived with little more than what they could carry.
Urban life left little time for slow meals. Cities demanded food that was fast, filling, and affordable. In northern China, wheat became the foundation of urban survival.
Flour was easier to store and easier to cook with. Flour and water were enough to begin.
Technique mattered more than ingredients. Noodles could be cut or pulled, depending on skill. Boiling turned dough into food within minutes. This speed created the first noodle stalls. Food was served without ceremony. People ate immediately because work waited. The price was low, but profit was thin. Profit came from volume, not comfort. Laborers became the backbone of noodle shops. Travelers depended on street food to continue their journey. There was no reason to stay longer than necessary. Firewood was money, burned every day. Most noodle stalls were family operations. Children learned the trade long before adulthood. Every role was essential. Work and home often became the same place. After costs, little was left. Profit margins were thin. Grain prices controlled survival.
Competition was constant.
Taxes reduced already small earnings. One accident could erase everything.
Fire was a constant threat in wooden cities.
One fire could erase years of work. There was no insurance, no compensation.
Many rebuilt with their own hands.
Rest was brief and rare. Every morning, the cycle began again. Noodle stalls became part of the city's infrastructure.
These small stalls did more than feed people. They sustained entire cities.
Some noodle stalls worked long after sunset.
They became places to talk and listen. Information traveled with bowls of noodles.
Local styles began to appear.
Skill created reputation. Knowledge passed from hand to hand.
Years passed, but the routine remained.
Cities continued to grow, and hunger grew with them. The same simple formula was repeated everywhere. Routine mattered more than innovation. Responsibility slowly shifted to the next generation. Familiar faces returned day after day. Portions became standardized. Experience taught owners how much to prepare. Noodle stalls became neighborhood fixtures.
Order replaced improvisation.
Familiar taste mattered more than novelty. Noodles became part of daily life. Reliability mattered more than recognition. Most noodle makers were never remembered by name. The noodle bowl no longer felt special. By then, noodle shops were essential to urban life. Dynasties changed, but daily hunger remained. Noodle makers adapted quietly. Recipes evolved slowly, not suddenly. Taste mattered more than politics. Another dynasty rose. The stalls remained. Larger cities meant the same basic needs. Knowledge survived through families. The routine stayed almost unchanged. These stalls kept cities moving. Most noodle makers left no written record. This was never luxury food. For many, this was daily survival. Millions of bowls were served over centuries. Their legacy was never loud.
If you could step into one of these noodle shops, what would you order?